All right, let's talk about three of the smallest but honestly most powerful words in the English language: a, an, and the. They seem super simple, right? But getting them right is a total game changer. So let's dive in and really crack this code for good. So which one is it? I want a dog, I want the dog, or I love dogs? Well, the thing is, all three are totally correct, but each one paints a completely different picture. This is, one of the most common hurdles for people learning English, but the logic behind it is actually pretty simple once you see it laid out. Okay, let's kick things off with what we call the indefinite articles, a and an. If there's one word you need to burn into your brain for these two, it's general. We use them when we're not talking about one specific particular thing. It's all about keeping it general. Now, the first rule we all learn is pretty straightforward, right? You use a before a consonant sound, like a dog, and you use an before a vowel sound, like an apple. Seems easy enough, and this is a big but, there's a crucial little catch. And here it is, the point that trips so many people up. It is always about the sound, not the letter it's spelled with. Take the word university. Yeah, it starts with a U, which is a vowel, but the sound is y, a y sound. That's a consonant, so it's a university. Same for a unique person. And then you flip it, we say an X-ray, because the letter X is pronounced X, which starts with a vowel sound. Tricky, I know, but that's the key. So where do we actually use a or an? Well, first, for any general singular noun you can count. If I say I need a pen, I mean literally any pen will be fine. Second, you use it to introduce something into a conversation for the very first time, and hold on to that thought, we're going to come right back to it. Third, you use it for jobs. I'm a teacher. And finally, for frequency, like I have a coffee 3 times a day. Okay, you with me? Let's build on that now. Time to talk about the. So if a and an are all about being general, well, the is their complete opposite. It's all about being specific. Remember that story I mentioned? I saw a seagull eating a hamburger? When I first say this, you have no idea which seagull I'm talking about or which hamburger. They're totally new information for you, so I have to use a. They're general. But now, look what happens next. The second I mention them again, we both know exactly which ones I mean. We're talking about the seagull and the hamburger from the first sentence. They've become specific to our story, so I switch to the. Honestly, this is the most important takeaway of the whole thing. A introduces, the specifies. And of course, the pops up in a bunch of other specific cases. We always use it for superlatives, like the best or the fastest. For groups in society, like the rich. For things that are totally unique. I mean, there's only one sun, right? So it's the sun. We also use it for oceans and rivers, countries with plural names, like the United States, musical instruments, and even for times of day, like in the morning. Of course, because this is English we're talking about, there are always going to be some weird exceptions. For example, we say Buckingham Palace with no article, but it's always the Taj Mahal. Why? Honestly, sometimes there's no great reason. It's just one of those things you get a feel for over time. So let's just boil it all down for a second. I need a pen means any old pen will do. I need the pen means I need that specific one right there, the one we're both looking at. This simple idea, general versus specific, it's the foundation for literally everything. But hold on, what about when we use no article at all? Yep, that's a thing. It's called the zero article. And it's just as important to get this right. We use the zero article when we're talking about things in the biggest, most general sense possible. So we're not talking about a dog or the dog, but just dogs as an entire category, like I love dogs. The same goes for things you can't count, like coffee. We also drop the article for most proper nouns, names of streets, cities, most countries, and even single mountains, like Mount Everest. And this slide right here really just brings it all home, doesn't it? A dog is any single dog, doesn't matter which one. The dog is that specific one we both know about, and dogs refers to all dogs, the whole idea of dogs. 3 simple choices, but each one has a really precise and powerful meaning. Okay, you've seen the rules, you've seen the exceptions, you've seen the core ideas. Now it is time to put it all together and see what sticks. So here's a little challenge for you. Think you can write one single sentence that correctly uses a, an, the, and the zero article? Give it a shot. It's the absolute best way to really lock in everything we've just talked about. Thanks for watching.